In ABAP Development Tools, you can run ABAP Unit tests from the editor by using the context menu Run as ABAP Unit test, and the results are displayed in the ABAP Unit Runner view. Or alternatively, you can run ABAP Unit tests from the Project Explorer using context menu Run as ABAP Unit tests. And the unit test results are displayed in ABAP Unit Runner view. You can run ABAP unit tests for different types of objects, even for multiple objects. For example, we choose here the package, the class, and the program, and run ABAP unit tests for these 3 different types of objects. And you can analyze the results of ABAP unit runs in the ABAP Unit Runner view. You can see here the successful tests, and you can see here also the trace value details. And you can navigate from the trace value stack to the respective lines in the source code. In the outline view, you can run ABAP unit tests for multiple test classes or even for a single method of a test class or some chosen objects. Like, for example, I will run ABAP units for a test class and for a method of another test class. And now I will run the ABAP unit tests for these 2 test classes. In the ABAP Unit Runner, you can rerun ABAP unit tests. Just choose the methods you want to rerun and trigger rerun from the context menu. Now let's take a look at the editor. In ABAP Development Tools, you have a multi-document editor for your convenience with syntax coloring, code completion, F1 help, and new comfortable search and navigation capabilities. Since you work in multiple ABAP systems, the system ID is shown in the Editor tab title. In the Editor window tooltip, you can get the information about the project and current open object in the editor. Until now, we have opened some different ABAP objects in the editor. As you can see, they are all available here in the editor tabs. Just switch between the editor tabs to navigate between them, or split the editor windows to have a look at some of them at the same time. In the ABAP workbench, each opened ABAP object would replace the previous one in the editor, and you would have to open a new GUI window if you want to display ABAP objects in parallel. If you now want to change the ABAP development object, you don't need to press the Display Change button. Just start to type your code directly in the editor. For the navigation, you can use the yellow arrow buttons to navigate forward and backward between the editor windows, and also to jump to your last edit location. And last but not least, in these tabs below the editor, you can switch between class, its local types, test classes, and so on. Feed Reader in ABAP Development Tools provides you with the frequently updated ABAP content, for example, runtime errors in the ABAP backend systems, and feeds from an external URL. To use ABAP Feed Reader, just open the ABAP Feed Reader view. And what we see here in the Feed Reader view, we see the subscription for the feeds my user in 2 different ABAP systems. Subscribe for the feeds from ABAP backend system or external URL, use add feed from repository, or add feed from URL. And now I will subscribe for all runtime errors from the system BIP. Press next button. And here I would like to get all runtime errors. Therefore, I turn off the filter, finish, and I get all the runtime errors of the system, and you see here also the notification window for the new runtime errors. I will edit this query and use the paging in order to get not so many pages transmitted. Okay, now I have these runtime errors here and can navigate through them. And if you take a look at the runtime error itself, it's actually the ABAP tab as you know it from the ABAP web page. You have here error analysis section. You can navigate from the result lines to the source code lines. And so on. Now I will edit the feed query again. And now I would like to get the runtime errors only for my user. And I will apply the filter and add additional rules. I would like to get the runtime errors for my user, the special package, belonging to the special package hierarchy. The feed query wizard itself, you have also the possibility to copy query selection to clipboard or to paste the query selection from clipboard as well. Press finish button, and here we are. We have runtime errors for my user with specific filter. Now we will add a new class to our ABAP Development Tools project. Just mark the package in which you want to create a class and choose New ABAP Class from the context menu. The class wizard starts. Enter the name of the class and its description. Enter the superclass, since our class will inherit from the already existing class in the ABAP system library. Press Next button and on the next screen select the transport request. You can create a new request or choose directly from the request in which you are involved. Press Finish button and a new class was added to the package, and the template for the class gets inserted into the editor. And now you can write the content for the class, correct the syntax errors, save the class, run the syntax check, activate it, and so on. Just do your usual tasks. And now your class is ready. Of course, you can anytime delete your ABAP development object from the Project Explorer. Just use context menu delete. By using this Activate button, you can also activate multiple inactive ABAP development objects. In this dialog, if you choose this Dirty Editors option, all dirty editors will be always saved before activating multiple objects. Choose it and press OK button. In the following dialog, select all inactive objects which you want to activate, or choose from the list which inactive objects you want to activate right now. Press Activate button and we are done. You can change the Duty Editors option in the Window Preferences activation.